The machine is on.
What is going on? This is your favorite dump truck. That's right, of the voicemail variety. Welcome to the program, folks. It is Thursday. It is May 29th. It is 2025. That's right. We're almost a quarter through this century. Can you believe it? I can, because I feel old. My name is Jeff Backler. Welcome to the Voicemail Dump Truck. I'm so glad you joined us, sitting shotgun as we tear through your neighborhood. Dan Reichert is with us today. How are you, Daniel?
I'm doing great. Doing great, feeling great. What is it? Doing well, doing good, doing well.
Your emotions can come in any order that you please.
Well,
There's
I never
no
understood
rules.
the Superman does good thing. I never.
Right, because
I'm doing good, doing great.
No, you're doing well. Superman does good. He does good acts.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm doing well. But what if I'm doing better than well?
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
Damn. All right. I respect the enthusiasm. Jeff Grubb, how can you match his intensity?
Fuck no, no way. Forget that. No, I started new meds. I'm not doing that.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we don't have to get
You're on
into
the gas.
that.
I'm on the gas.
The gas? What the hell are you talking about?
Roids, brother.
Yeah, he's got a bag full of gimmicks.
My fanny pack.
We'll get to the voicemails later on. I do want a doctor to call in and just sort of go over, like, maybe, I don't know, gut check the regiment that Dan Reichert has been prescribed.
No, things are good. It's normal.
That's fine. We'll have to settle for the closest thing we have for a doctor on this program, and that's a son of one. Mike Minotti, how the hell are you doing, bud?
Oh, good. Been busy. You know, there's meetings here. There's meetings there. There's meetings everywhere. I started this, and they're like, Mike, are you going to come to this meeting? We already had a meeting. We had a 2-hour meeting. Like, what about this meeting? I'm like, oh, that meeting looks important too, and I can't go, and now I feel guilty, but I got to do this thing. And they're like, that's okay. And I'm like, is it okay? You can tell me if it's not okay, because I feel bad. But I'm doing good.
Sounds like it.
You started that off like some kind of concussed Dr. Seuss. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I was getting green eggs and hams vibes. You know, that was my favorite, which is funny because it's all about trying new foods, even if they scare you.
You learn nothing. You learn nothing.
You're like, what a crazy fantasy world where people try things.
That was like my favorite too, and I never put together that was the moral.
You know what? I hate you both. I hate you guys.
You know what?
I hate you both
Honestly,
so much.
Grub,
I
am I
was
right?
like fun rhymes.
Grub, I've never said this phrase so much out loud in the last month than I have in my time. Mistakes were made, huh?
Yeah.
Mistakes were made,
Just
dog.
Made a couple of mistakes here
like,
and there, yeah.
Like, you know what? Yeah, mistakes were made. Like, fuck, it's crazy to me. The two of you two, the strangest, weirdest motherfuckers I got in my contact list telling me the lesson of green eggs and ham is not learned whatsoever. It sounds like you don't even know
Mike
it's there.
Understood it, but didn't take it to heart.
I got it.
I didn't understand there was a lesson. I thought it was just fun drawings and rhymes.
Like, Dib knew. I remember that kid was 4 and he was like locked in. He's like, I'm gonna try shrimp later tonight, Dad.
That's nice.
Fucking.
That's admirable.
I gotta read the story again. It's not that long, is it? I gotta
Okay,
do it quick.
I'm getting equally weird things in chat. I think it's much less weird that I understood it and still was not going to eat an apple than Dan just not thinking there was a moral.
Yeah, Dan just saw colors and words and was just like, this is a kid's book.
You know what? I think the one thing that I saw as a kid regularly that I knew there was a moral to it was it was on Nickelodeon. They would do this like Aesop's Fables.
Sure.
Remember?
Yeah.
And they would say, like, it was called Aesop's Fables, and the whole thing was like, oh, yeah, you're going to learn something, and there's going to be a message at the end. So, like, I think each one,
So
because
they really spelled it out.
They put it up front. I knew I'd be looking, oh, they're trying to tell me something. And then by the end, I'd be like, oh, it's about, you know, being friendly. But if you're going to obfuscate it like Dr. Seuss, it's not going to penetrate.
Yes.
Too complicated.
Only the most academic scholars have been able to interpret what
some
Mr.
disagree that there's even a message. Yeah.
Yes, what the good doctor was implying in all of his literature.
No, I think
oh
some
my
of it,
Lord.
like the Lorax, I think I got there like, oh, trees are good.
And we also, just to clarify, we all know Aesop's Fables predates Nickelodeon, right?
I don't
Yes.
know. I only know the cartoon. I'll look up Aesop's Fables.
I'm not. Yes, I knew
Yes,
that.
we know
Was
that.
Aesop a shoot?
Aesop's a shoot. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. These are his fables. They're fables. I don't know.
I mean, it's not a
actually.
ridiculous question because Mother Goose is a work, right? So that's
Yeah,
fair.
I guess.
Wow, there's a whole wiki entry about this Aesop guy.
Oh yeah, it turns out.
Dan, if you have a Wikipedia page, Aesop better.
Look, I'm more relevant than Aesop in 2025 All right? Aesop's a fucking jabroni.
Oh my god.
Please do not let Dan teach your children lessons. Actually, don't let Aesop either. Those are pretty messed up stories.
I don't know what to do now. I am stun locked.
It's too early to just say this is a call-in show.
I know.
Aesop's dead, right? Can I start like a beef
Stop
with
it.
Aesop?
Come on, Dan.
Yes.
You know what?
You can start a beef with dead Aesop.
Here's the deal, man. You first it starts out lovable. Oh, he's such a dumb idiot. It's cute and fun, and then you get to the point where it's fucking offensive.
I don't. Was Aesop like a beloved? Is he like a religious character?
You don't know who that is.
The guy who wrote Fables.
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
honestly have no idea who Aesop
He's the
was.
guy who wrote Fables.
Yeah, but
you
was
do
there
know.
like how is it offensive? I can't just shit talk a guy in his fables.
No, it's not. I'm not offended on behalf of
America.
Aesop. I'm not like, oh man, Aesop and his fables are deeply offended. I just think it's like criminal that you're just completely unaware.
Chad said that this is going to be my bigger than Jesus moment. I'll say this: I'm better than Aesop.
Now he's winning me over again. That's funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
See,
Yeah.
that's how I win.
He's the one that did the boy who cries wolf and all that.
Oh, I know that one. That's a good. There's a lesson to that. You know.
Okay.
What's
all right.
what's the lesson?
Try
Is
new
that
food.
You can't just like bullshit a bunch of times and then expect people to believe you when you're shooting.
I got it.
I don't
That's it.
think, Dan, I don't think you and I have learned that lesson, though.
No. No. Well,
How
Dan
many
more than
times
you.
have we done the gimmick at the end of a show where we act like someone's quitting?
Not enough times, in my opinion.
The Grecians have had it hard enough the last couple dozen of years here. What are we doing? It's
We're getting
unbelievable.
What's up with Greece?
Aesop is a Greek.
Aesop is like the
But why
most
the last
Greek
couple-
name.
But wait, he said the last couple dozen years.
Just-
Like, what's
well,
happening with
well,
Greece?
Just their economy and they're just standing in the
We're
world.
solving the Greece economy. Who are you? It was
Okay.
the Jim Kramer of Greece over here. Jim
It was a
Bachelor.
jury.
It's not just Greece. It's pretty much the world.
Didn't it kind of like start with Greece or something though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Greece was particularly affected during the 2008 financial crisis. The Valve's chief financial guy actually ended up becoming like the financial minister of Greece. It was pretty wild.
Okay, that's right. I actually do know this because that's how I've always bought stocks. Is if I hear something is in a real bad way and cheap, I'll buy stocks. And sometimes, like I got like
That's
AMD
really good,
when it was like
actually.
14 cents. I got Sirius satellite radio. Like I basically put in $200 to like Sirius satellite radio that's worth like 6,000 now. So when I heard someone talking about Greece being in a bad way, I
bought
looked it
all
up
the
and
yogurt.
I bought stock in like Greece, like back when it was like really bad. And I
Dab,
think
do you mean
oh,
like Greece, like the cooking, like
no,
oil?
Yeah,
it was like the
oil.
National Bank of Greece. I think it was like
Okay.
NBG was the ticker or something, and that wound up not going in the right direction.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
if you do
and
enough of those, some of them will hit and pay for
It's
the
called
bad
buying
ones.
the dip. You're not. I'm Jim Kramer.
I started buying the dip in 2008. That's when I got on the stock market. It was like, oh, it seems like everything's cheap now.
Right, but like the people that pay a lot of attention, Bacalar, that are like, oh, you should buy the dip. They often mistime it. Dan only coming in at the right moment is actually pretty impressive.
But he's not. He just proved that he fucked up on Greece.
Yeah, but like you said, you're not going
But
to
the
get
good
them.
ones have paid off a million times
You're not
the
going to
ones
bat
that were
1,000.
bad.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
You're
it. My
right.
grandpa was known for that too. My grandpa was not some economic genius, but he would just buy stocks at like magically the perfect time every time. And I think I've inherited that. I think it skipped a generation because I don't think my
Damn
dad
lucky.
does stock stuff. But I know when to pick them.
Baseball cards are nerd stocks, so
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Beanie Babies.
We gotta pivot. I know Jan's face isn't on this show, but he's back there. I'm sure, pacing in the shadows, smoking 3 cigarettes at once. Hi, Jan, and thank you for everything you do.
You guys ever pace? You guys ever get anything out of pacing?
I'm a
Yeah.
giant pacer. My
I
mom.
can't. Yeah.
My mom
Good.
yells at me because like if I get a phone call, I cannot
Yeah,
just
I'm
stay
a
there.
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah, I need to
phone
pace on a
pacer.
phone call, yeah.
I'm a phone pacer.
I can't sit and talk on the phone. No, way.
No.
I go out on the deck. I got to be an outside
Yeah.
deck phone call guy.
I go outside and pace. Yeah, what is?
Yeah.
God, men are weird. We're weird.
I don't think it's anything. I think it's very instinctual. I think it must be
Yeah.
just this. I enjoy it too. I like when obviously been on the phone for I don't know the last 15 days of my life cumulatively, and you just sort of you wind up. You're like, oh, I guess I'm down the road now. That's
Yeah.
Do you think it goes like back to like our hunting and gathering days? We're just used to kind of
when they used to
walking and
when they used
talking.
to chat on the mobile device and
No, we're all just walking and talking. I bet that
Maybe.
was most of the day. I bet that's why we invented talking, because all that walking was so boring.
Invented talking.
we were just side by side for millennia and we're doing nothing. So
Right.
someone had the idea. Let's
and then
talk.
over a course of like years of evolution, like first it's just like the grunts. Then it was like,
and then
man,
the West
weather's
Wing
crazy
happened,
today.
and we're like, you could walk and talk. All right.
Yeah, and then Aaron Sorkin was invented.
Yeah, then blah blah blah. Aesop.
Basically,
oh
yeah.
man.
I don't know if the order works out there, but yeah.
What else has been cooking lately? Yeah.
I did ask you guys about the hot water versus cold water brushing your teeth. I did try hot water because I don't think I've done that ever. It's not good. I don't
Yeah.
get
I
how
wanna
anyone
do
could
it.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would never even try it. I just know I wouldn't like that. I don't need to try every new thing, or
Yeah.
most of them apparently.
I do think like I try and teach this to my kid, right? Like I do think trying new stuff is real fun. I know it does always come back to food with him, but like
Sure.
he tried lobster over the weekend and it fucking changed his life, you guys.
Really?
Was there caramel sauce on it?
Yeah.
No, but it was like a lobster roll from a Jersey Shore restaurant, and he was just like, "Where's this meat been
that's
for
right.
a decade?"
We didn't buy him a $50. I didn't buy him a $50 lobster roll when we were in Boston, right? So he didn't try it then.
He didn't try it then. He should have. He was at
Should
the
have.
table,
Very
and he
good.
should have.
Yes, it
That
ruled.
tasted
Yeah.
great.
I loved how many people went to that restaurant or like sending me pics because we talk about it on podcasts so much.
I mean, it didn't disappoint. I mean,
It was the thing I was most excited about at Boston was like when people brought that up. Like I went there, I tried it. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah.
it's good.
Oh fuck! I'm back in it now.
Yeah.
It's only 3 weeks removed, and I'm just like,
I missed it.
I gotta do it
wait,
again.
I gotta wait a whole nother year. I was in Disney World.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Oh.
Yeah, it was rough. Like, you guys were buying companies and letting me be a part of it anyways.
Man, it's so good. Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
wonder if we can make one. I don't even know how
Yeah,
you
you
make
can.
it.
100%.
Yes, but like
So-
I know we say caramel sauce, but it's not like they're getting caramel out of a Smucker's bottle. They're doing something special.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's like melted sugar. It's like a brown sugar butter sauce or
But
something
it's
like
extra
that.
butter.
I don't know where
Yeah.
caramel comes from.
Oh yeah, it's just
What an idiot! What a dumb guy!
it's
Wow,
mostly
can you believe it?
Wait, real
Mostly
quick,
sugar
Dan,
and butter.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good?
It was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
see,
get it.
you're
Oh, it's
selling yourself
milk,
short,
right.
Grub. You're selling yourself
I
short.
mean, I could probably piece it together,
I have
but
no
okay,
idea
it's burnt,
either.
it's
Yeah,
burnt sugar.
Beans?
I'm
Is
cool.
it beans?
it's you basically melt a lot of sugar in like I think milk or some cream or
but
something.
that's-
Oh, the caramelizing process. Oh,
yeah,
duh.
you caramelize it.
See,
Yeah.
you're already like 14 light years ahead of where
Okay.
Dan would have been.
Wow.
So caramelized onions, is that a similar concept?
It's a similar process.
Well, there's sugar in onions also, you see. And when you caramelize them, those sugars are what kind of brown and
That's
give
what's
it that
burning,
sweeter
yeah.
flavor.
Wait,
Cooking up. Yeah, Jen.
I've avoided caramelized onions for a long time because they look wet and weird. But are they like caramel? Because then I will eat them.
They're much sweeter and
Yeah, they're
softer.
sweet.
You'd
I
I
probably
still
like
don't
them
really
more.
know sweet. I can't. You can't use sweet as a descriptor. I don't understand that.
Dan, shut the fuck up, man.
What do you mean you
been over
don't
this.
You're
understand
you're
sweet?
clinically addicted to candy, and you're like, I don't know
I
what sweet
understand that
is.
candy is sweet, but you can't have like there's so many things that are sweet that I don't realize are sweet. And somebody will like, I'll like something, and then they'll be like, "Oh, that's too sweet," and I'm
So-
like, "I didn't know what sweet
Oh,
was."
No,
Yeah, so here's
no,
the problem.
Mike, you're the problem. You're the problem, Mike, because you're enabling him. You're like,
Yeah, this
oh,
is, this is
you're
all
like,
Mike's fault. I agree. I
Just
don't know
one
what we're
more
talking
thing,
about.
one more comment. Dan, I
Yes,
think
Mike.
that you've eaten too many Skittles and Skittle adjacent things in your life, and it has perhaps skewed your baseline appreciation of sweetness.
I honestly
It's burned
think
off
so
your
much
taste
of my
buds.
shit can be. Yeah, I think that everything I ate for like most of my life has been nuclear, chemical. You know,
Yeah.
like okay, for instance, okay, it's like Taco Bell sweet.
what?
That's what I'm asking because I'm trying to calibrate it. I'm trying to understand what sweet is.
Yeah,
there's the title.
Are you
The
laughing
only
because
thing-
it is or laughing because it
I'm
isn't?
weirder
The
than
only
you.
thing sweet at Taco Bell is the soda.
Okay,
the
so like a
cinnamon
chicken
twist.
quesadilla, there's no sweet
Shut up,
component.
Gruff. What? Say it again, Dan. Say it
So
again?
like a chicken quesadilla, there's not a sweet component to it.
Not really. No, maybe like
And
the
why is that?
sauce. Maybe the sauce. a
Yeah,
little
like,
bit,
maybe,
but
like
no.
maybe like the salsa might
I'm
have
sure
some
there's
tang.
sugar in the
salsa.
I'm sure there's sugar in the
Are
sauce.
you just running? You got Bunsen burners every time you eat something, trying to figure out the PhD components of the
First off,
PhD component.
that's
pH components. pH components.
yes,
Is it strong enough for a man, built for a woman? What is
right.
it?
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
yeah.
It's about your chemical component. No, listen.
That's what secret was about. Yeah.
Sweet is sugar. It's ice cream. It's candy. It's that. You're talking about like there's in the I guess like the flavors in Taco Bell, right? You've got like savory stuff. It's more that. It's salty.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yes, I understand that because like Taco Bell doesn't taste like candy to me. But to me, I would say that like Skittles and Starburst are sweet, but like a Snickers bar isn't.
wrong.
To me, I don't feel like Snickers
But
or Reese's feels sweet.
because there's some peanut
Yeah,
in
'cause
there,
there's
which is gonna
a
have some
peanut.
salt. There's some saltiness in there, so you're
Yeah.
getting both.
Yeah, but it's predominantly
So there's a
sweet.
sweet
It's not-
component to
It's
chocolate.
all
Not
cho-
just
it's
sweet, and that
chocolate.
throws you off.
It's
Sweet
chocolate.
component
It's
in
all
chocolate.
chocolate and caramel and nougat, right? It's all chocolate. Chocolate sweet. I guess you could have semi-sweet chocolate, but we're not getting into that granularity.
please don't even-
okay?
you
It's
shouldn't even
not
fucking
semi-sweet,
said
it's
that.
Snickers.
It's
Well,
fucking
it's tough being
sweet
the only
chocolate.
non-food scientist on a podcast. Let me
Yeah,
tell
it's
you.
real hard.
I love how you're like. The second anyone tries to explain something to me, they're the idiot. Like, shut up. Just shut up. Just sit down and shut the fuck up and eat the Snickers, okay?
I love Snickers. I just don't think it's sweet.
Yep, you're right.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh man,
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you're doing real fine. Except the people around you are in agony.
My fellow co-owners.
Yeah, the
Oh,
people,
God, yeah.
the people
Like-
around you are in agony because of what you say.
I've gotten better over time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I'll tell you
terrifying
what.
prospect. Yeah.
I think about that a lot because I hear that like since I met you, and I was like, man, how would I have handled 10 years ago, Dan? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you would have.
Baclar was the only one who almost knew 10 years. Well, Jan also.
No,
close
we
to it.
started Beastcast 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't there
Well, I
for
wasn't
that
there
in
in
the
the beginning.
beginning.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying the ones that really were in the trenches. That's the 20 years
mean,
ago.
I-
That's
I-
20
like-
years ago, Dan.
I mean, dude, they're like Beastcast is riddled with this, just completely peppered from start to finish of all this shit that came in the door, and we'd have to be like, get out of here, get out of here.
And I've gotten better.
I don't know.
I like to vote
I
on the
don't-
weirder poll.
I don't know if I can actually endorse that. I don't know if it's gotten better. I do not know.
It's better.
It's
But
better.
like better doesn't necessarily mean that it's
Why?
good
Because you can
now.
cook grilled cheese now, Mike. That's why it's
No,
better.
I don't remember how to do that.
He'll see PG-13 movies and not immediately think that they're lame baby shit.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. I was saying. Where was I saying that recently? On
That was on
Fight
Fight
or
Club, I
something.
think. It came
Yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah,
why
it
I'm
must
watching
have
the
been on
Bourne
Fight Club.
movies now, and I never gave them a chance because I thought it'd be for babies because it wasn't rated R. But no, it turns out it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay, well, as you obviously know by now, this is a strictly call-in show. Only call-ins, only voicemails, nothing else. There's nothing else we do. It's only voicemails. 707 Exit Flu is our voicemail phone number. You can call that up, leave a voicemail, and direct us away from the black hole that is Daniel Reichert. That's right. Black hole where no light can escape. Nothing. It is just nothing. As we approach this event horizon, man, this will probably be the last dump for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
He's a
Correction.
poop.
DumpTruck of the
There you go.
voicemail variety for 2 weeks. So don't forget that. But still, call in and we'll get to your voicemails. What is that? The 12th of June. That will be
Yeah.
the next episode.
Yeah, so we're just off
after
next
that.
week. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Well, thanks to Jan Ochoa, we've got a mighty fine selection of voicemails, and we're going to let Mikey Minotti take the first one.
I will pick Mitch Merch.
Oh God.
I'm laying in bed looking at photos and videos of Italian Neidhart's boat ride with all the babes from wrestling. And I was thinking to myself, where the hell is my Mitch merch? Get on, who cares about going up to call your coverage of stuff or switch to. I need a shirt with Mike on it. Maybe just him as Rascal. I don't know. Give it to me. I need my Mitch merch now.
Well, this is going to be a monkey's paw situation for this guy because I had a realization before we were all on the call here that we did a little merch meeting yesterday. And, you know, as we're all trying to kind of figure out more specialized roles and stuff here, Mike has taken point on merch stuff. And right away, I saw him post a thing of like, oh, we're going to have this Mike tote bag. And I was like, oh, God, we're going to create a monster.
Yeah. Well, going to. Like, it's happened.
I have learned how to make the merch store work, and I have learned how to add merchandise to the merch store. We've got some fun things cooking there. Hopefully soon. The first Blight Club shirt ever. A new shirt celebrating the new era of Giant Bomb. And yes, a Rascal Mitch tote bag of some kind. Everybody, maybe a shirt too, but definitely a tote bag.
I'm gonna get that tote bag, and I'm gonna put some old tools in it and put it in my shed, and only look at it once every 3 years. I can't wait.
Yeah, mistakes, right?
I do think this is going to wind up being pretty good.
Can I say something? When you sent the mock-up, I was just like, that just looks way too correct. That just looks.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Why does that fit so well?
It looks pretty good as a tote. I think you're all gonna want this tote.
Oh, that's a great idea. The tote bag should have an asterisk at the bottom, very tiny, that says "No fruit allowed." So you can't put fruit in the Mitch tote bag.
Right.
Foods,
Right.
Yeah.
That would only be right.
Yeah,
that makes.
But as the
makes
person
sense.
running the merch, no, I won't do that.
Wow.
Hey, guys got standards.
Yeah, the Mitch merch era is upon us. It's gonna be a ride.
I mean, of course, like that's like the fun part. I'm also learning customer service, customer support. So,
and something they're telling me is called customer service.
I'll say
new and
that Blight
exciting.
Club shirt that we're gonna hopefully have very soon is all-timer shirt. I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to get one. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys have any, is there any specific merch you want to see, go ahead, let me know. We're gonna work on that and try to get some fun stuff up there, and try to get some juice out of that. I was about to say apple. That'd be disgusting. Did you guys see there is actually an apple phobia? People have been sharing this with me.
There's a phobia of everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like this one seems like I think this has been getting written about in 2024 specifically.
Okay, you're just trying to validate your
Malice
this is
domestica
ChatGPT
phobia.
trying to justify your bullshit.
wait, why is it called malice?
I know why it's called malice. Oh no, Malus. Malus. I don't know. It's because the Latin name for apples is Malus domestica. So probably just domesticated apple or whatever. But I have the phobia of Malus domestica, Malus domestica phobia. You see, and that's another reason why I'm less weird than Dan, because Dan just is weird. I have a legitimate phobia. You should
no
Here's Mitch
way,
saying
dude.
anxiety disorders aren't real.
We both have
Mike.
that. We both have that. Whatever. You won't get me there.
There's just no way I will let you carve out this singularly diagnosed phobia.
I'll tell you what, you said the word carve, and I immediately started imagining like an apple getting split in two and was disgusted. So I don't know.
Can you run the poll again?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'll get it. Hang on, give me a
we
second.
can't
Thank
run
you.
the poll every goddamn apple poll.
I
Like,
feel like we
gonna
can.
win.
This is just as weird as Dan thinking Snickers aren't sweet and asking us if Taco Bell
It's
is
my
sweet.
opinion. You telling me my opinion's wrong?
it's not an
It's
opinion.
not an opinion. That's actually
that's
not
where
an
you're
opinion.
wrong. It's not an
I
opinion.
guess people can have different opinions.
It's
You think
not.
apples
An,
are sweet?
an opinion is this is ugly. Wait, what? You said apples
Wait, I'm
are
not
not
gonna let
sweet?
the guy who doesn't eat apples laugh at me for not knowing apple stuff.
Wait, so what is it then?
That's
If
good.
it's
I
not
think it's
sweet,
gonna
what is
affect
it?
the poll.
That was so stupid, Dan. What is it then?
Fruity.
Right. Yeah. What part of the tongue detects fruity?
I don't know. I'm not a tongue doctor.
Oh, let's run the poll for sure.
one.
Yeah, let's get the poll going.
I know.
It's
I
going.
love how like the answer to like, how am I supposed to? I'm not a door doctor. How am I supposed to know how those work?
Dan, you're doing way worse than even the last poll that you won by 90%.
Shit.
Like fruit is almost exclusively sugar.
Which means sweet.
I don't
What do
know.
you
Does
think?
it?
It's sounding that way.
Why?
According to this group.
Whoever on earth
wait,
correlated that.
You don't associate sugar with sweetness?
I don't think about it.
It's not about you thinking about it, because I don't walk down the street.
I don't remember the last time I was in a room with sugar. Like, I know it's been in stuff that I've eaten and stuff, but I haven't seen sugar.
It's been in
since
stuff.
the 90s. I don't know.
All right, next voicemail.
You're right, Jeff Grubb. How correct you are. You know what, pal? You got us out of it. You're going to get us the next voicemail.
All right, I'm here for it. Let's do golden tea.
Hey, Dumpcast. This is RJ from Alabama. And my question is, did the golden tea machine ever work? I've been in a lot of bowling alleys, dive bars, and just places with really ratty arcade sections. And I swear I've never seen a golden tea machine that worked, despite seeing dozens of them over the years.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my conspiracy theory. The golden tea machine.
I guess you just went
The rest of
underwater
the
at that point.
voicemail got funky.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
the submarine cleared the
I was worried there.
so
Yeah.
it's like the obvious answer is that ball controller thing is like very unreliable. I mean
all arcade machines kind of are broken at a lot of places.
Big Buck
like
Hunter,
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
Gun Works.
but
yeah.
you know, I like the machine I have at home has the ball thing in the center too, and like I have to clean it, and like it's just finicky. It's not great. It's why mice presumably stopped using the ball too. I mean, and optical sensors and whatnot, but like that shit just sucks. It just sucks.
There was a machine at Charlie's East Side in Lawrence, Kansas, and that bar was the bar I went to because they would serve you if you're underage, and I got an MIP there, weirdly enough. Yeah. But in the basement, it was this super shitty basement, totally unfinished, and had like plywood bathrooms, and there'd be a men's plywood door and a women's plywood door, and in between there was a golden tea machine that didn't work, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because the doors opened outwards. So like anytime a dude went in, like not my friends, like people would just like go into the men's restroom and I would just I'd get my shoulder up against it and shove the golden tea thing up against the door and then go drink outside on the deck.
So they were locked in the bathroom.
Yeah, and be like, why the fuck won't this door open? Because there's a whole golden tea machine out front. It's very funny to me.
Funny to you. Just lives his life and does not care who suffers in his wake.
Like I said 20 years ago.
Trapped in a bathroom. Well, not my problem. Golden tea. I want to drink on the patio.
That's what I sounded like. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah. Inexcusable is what I will say. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've also seen golden tea machines that work great. So they're out there. Those things.
I am like I've said this before, but like becoming more interested in golf, just as vaguely. I want to do a golf week here at Giant Bomb where we play a bunch of golf games and add up our score over the week.
Yes.
And like just who has the least strokes wins at the
Like
Friday.
stroke play for like
Yes.
18. Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda wanna do-
like Kirby's Dream Course, a bunch of different kinds
Hot
of golf.
shots, Mario.
What about real
Tiger?
golf? What about real golf?
So yeah,
No,
but that's
dork.
where I'm going. So there's also going to be a Top Golf opening down the street for me, and I'm so excited about
That's
that. I'm like,
sick.
I think that's where I'm going to interact with golf mostly. I'm going to go to the Top Golf and like blow off some steam and hit some balls or whatever. I like. Is this a slippery slope for me? I don't want to like have a hobby. I don't need another hobby.
No,
Right.
No, I've been playing golf since I'm like 7 years old. So I think it's a unique case, but like everyone, pretty much everyone in their 20s and 30s that I know was like into golf. Like the thing about golf is that, yeah, you can play when you're 85 also, but
Right.
I think this is fine. I think I like golf for you, Grub.
I think it's going to be a good fit. Also, Merch Master Mitch, I have a request. Can we get
Sure.
a golf polo in the store at some point?
Yeah, please do that.
Is that, as long as it's one of the options I'm allowed to pick.
No. You're gonna have to source that.
You're
gonna
gonna
have to-
do your goddamn
Yeah,
job,
I can
Merch Master
source
Mitch.
things?
Yeah,
Okay.
wait, were you not there yesterday when we spent 20 minutes talking about that?
Okay, hey, look, now I retained a lot of what we talked about. I think
know.
you should be very impressed that
Sounds
I
like he
was
wasn't even there.
making product pages by the end of that meeting.
I
Yeah.
like Merch Master Mitch. It's like Mix Master Mike.
Uh-huh.
Like that feels good. Yeah.
Yep, that's what he is. All right, well, thank you, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And like a good one, not like an Amazon Basics one.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking,
no.
you know, like
You want good
Like the
stuff.
giant bomb here, like the gator on the gator shirts or whatever.
yeah.
I'm in for golf week. I want to have that's like the Grand Prix thing we did, where we keep the
Yes.
score going throughout. Like,
Right,
I
but it
wanna do
culminates
golf.
in a real life
we'll start making a list.
18 hole giant bomb open.
We could
where-
do putt putt.
We'll do scramble. We'll do scramble, and that'll be how we play it. So it's easy. So it's like easy. All right. Excellent.
Love it.
All right, Dan, your turn.
Oh, let's go about yourself.
Hey guys, have playing video games ever taught you anything about yourself or somebody else? Like how a friend of mine used to pick up everything in Fallout, literally every single can or weapon, and then store it in a closet. Or like how if you're playing the game Fable, you're overly nice to people, but if you play a game like Stellaris, you act like Super Hitler just because it's convenient. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I think you can, if you're open to the experience, I think you can learn a lot. I think a lot of like the control issues I have in my life are deeply demonstrated in video games sometimes, where you're just, playing a bit irrationally. I think that stuff can come out for sure. And forgive me, caller, if you wanted a non-serious answer.
I learned a lot about Dan from playing Four Swords Adventures with him.
that is like I tend to learn the most about myself when I like see the way other people play, and it's very different for me. So it's like I'm like, everyone just wants to have a game and play it and jump around and be fun, and everyone hates these cutscenes. And I'm like, oh, I was very wrong. Most people seem to love this stuff, and I'm kind of the weird one here. So it's like, I wonder what that's all about. And it's like, I'm just a little impatient. That's all.
I don't know if I learned anything.
Dan, radio silence as expected.
I'm honestly trying to think of something like there are certain things that I feel like, but I don't think video games taught me, like Sudoku, cross.
Everything I learned about myself, I learned in Sudoku.
No, it's just like I know, like when I play like a Picross, or I play like, I remember when I first experienced Sudoku was on the DS Brain Age stuff. But that goes back to like, I remember in school, like in the gift program, we'd always do these logic puzzles, and it was very just like rigid, like there's no guessing. It's just like you can deduce perfectly, like that. My
like
brain
the Matrix,
works.
the yes/no Matrix stuff.
That type of stuff where it's like, oh, this person stands next to this person, but has to be 2 away from this person. This person holds a red bag, and like I love that shit. So I guess I just always knew that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nerd. All right. Thank you, caller. Want to know what else you've learned about yourself? What do you say? Something about his friend Fallout? You like collected everything?
Like hoarding stuff, basically.
Yeah.
That's just funny though in those games. Like,
Yeah, because you kind of become encumbered so quickly, and you're just like, oh, I'm playing this game wrong.
No, but then you get to like I remember I had my house in Oblivion, and I stole every cheese wheel and put it on my bed, and I thought it was funny. And then I got married, and my wife had to like sleep like off the bed because the cheese wheels took up so much of it.
That's pretty good.
That's actually just great. That's what makes those games good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, caller. I will handle the next voicemail. Oh, hey, Marty. Marty made the board. Let's go to Marty.
I just have a question for Bacalar. If you pronounce Mario, and your dog's name is Marty, then why don't you call him Marty? That's all. Thank you.
Get his ass.
All right, next voicemail. What?
You've explained this before, right? Like you just like that's just the way you heard it as a kid, right? Yeah. In your neighborhoods, growing up on the streets of Little Italy.
Yeah, people say Mario here. Like I don't know. Ask Russ Frushtick. Like
that makes sense. But he's still also the character himself says it differently. But that's okay.
Yeah, he does. I get it. And no one's really sat down Miyamoto and been like, "Yo, dude, turns out you're fucking wrong."
Have I heard Miyamoto say Mario? How does he say it?
Wait,
I don't think he does.
Okay, question. Do you think in the history of mankind, more people have said Mario in reference to people named Mario, or mispronouncing the character Super Mario, or said Mario referring to Super Mario?
I don't know if I understand what you're asking.
I understand it, and it's just dumb, I think. But
like,
go ahead.
Every time someone said Mario, like, has the word Mario or Mario in any context been said more throughout human history? Because there's been a lot of Marios because actual people were named Mario, but then Mario is globally very famous, and people say Mario.
I think the answer to this is that it doesn't matter.
Oh, it objectively doesn't matter. No.
Yeah.
Is there like a really famous soccer player named Mario? If that's the case, then I'm going to go with Mario. Otherwise, it's Mario.
Yeah, I mean, there's Mario Lemieux, who played cold soccer.
Yeah, it's cold soccer. All right, that's not quite doing it.
Oh, is that hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I get
Well
it.
done.
That's fine.
You didn't know who Mario Lemieux was? All right, never mind. I don't want to hear the answer to
I
that.
know who it
real?
is because
For
I
real?
tried to call. I have emails from Mario Lemieux's agents because I was trying to get him to do a cameo on a stream of mine.
Okay, all
But I
right.
didn't get him, but I got Mario Andretti.
Mario Andretti.
Mario.
How? Wait. How? What is?
Because
never
I was
mind.
doing a ranking of Mario stream where I ranked every game with Mario in the title,
right.
and I wanted to get cameos from both of them. And Mario Lemieux's people didn't want to do it, but Mario Andretti sent a very fun video for it.
Oh, that's
fine.
fun. Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's cool. I guess we'll allow you to have a happy ending there. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is that YouTube chat chose next, and they chose JAWN.
Hey, Chan, I'm glad to hear that you fuck with Philly. Just wanted you to know that Philly fucks with you too, man. You could easily fit John into a vernacular. Thanks.
Hey, I like Philly too.
What was the JAWN thing again? I completely forgot.
John's like a gimmick.
Yeah, John is gimmick, John is thing, John is it's Philly.
It's
term.
like hand me that John. Hand me that
Got
John.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
down
learned that
over
in
there.
Creed.
Got it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You did learn that in Creed. That's right.
That's totally fine. We'll allow it. Good for you, Philly. You did something.
Can I see that new movie by the Creed guy, or is it going to be scary?
I can't wait
it's-
to see it. It's going to be on streaming next week. I've been waiting to see it. Sinners.
Sinners, you guys haven't seen? Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I'm
you'll
very
be fine.
excited.
Who told me? I think Chuck told me
It's not that
Sinners is
scary.
really good.
Everyone's been
awesome.
saying it's good. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
It's not scary, no?
I mean, it's like a little scary, but it's not like terrifying. Mike
What's
would
the
be fine
sin?
watching.
No.
No spoilers. I'm seeing it next week.
God, you guys not really know anything about this?
No, I only know.
I saw the trailer. It's like
yeah.
vampires and
Oh, yeah, there you
Michael
go.
B. Jordan's
That's
like-
the sin. Vampires. There you
yeah,
go. All
and
right.
there's like two
Well,
Michael B. Jordans.
Just being
Yeah.
a vampire is not a sin, but I assume they're murderers also.
I'm pretty sure just being a vampire is a sin in the
Yeah,
eyes of God.
probably.
You have
is.
to. Yeah. How do you get by being a
You
vampire?
could drink
not
like
killing?
animal blood or something instead.
Sure,
Also
kill an
mean.
animal.
Right, just get like a little bit of blood, but not kill the
Just
person.
a little bit of blood. Yeah.
Right.
a
Don't blood donations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tastefully.
That's true. All right. Thank you, caller. John, and we'll go to the next John. Twitch chat chose white friendly.
I'm going to preface this, but I don't know if this is actually problematic. So
Oh, good.
That's
Hell
fine.
yeah. Start.
We're independent.
We're not live. We can cut it in post.
I'm going to play it anyway.
Cool.
Hey, duders. This is Shane from Albuquerque. I called last week and actually made the voicemail cut by Jen, but none of y'all picked it because it was titled Melanin. So I'm hoping Jen gives it a more white-friendly name this time. But have y'all ever thought about how the more melanin a person has, the better their eyelids work? It's important.
I'm not connecting the dots here.
Do black
We
people
should
blink
probably
better or
go.
worse?
We should probably go to the next voicemail.
We're just not going to touch this. I don't know what it is. I'm scared. Somebody
Wait,
hold
isn't
me.
it- no, isn't the idea just like because our lids are white, the sunlight gets through it better, and if you have darker eyelids, less sun gets through, so your eyelids actually just work better at the whole thing they're supposed to do, which is block out light.
I don't know. All I know is I think Jan has like a strike now.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I wish my eyelids had more melanin. Of course,
Can
that'd
you
be great.
believe? Can you believe how he made it sound like we were the problem at first?
I know. Yeah, I wish I didn't go outside and instantly turn into a fucking, smoke trail. Like, it sucks. Although, I do have Romanian blood, which is the origin of Dracula, which does now track.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that makes
You're a
a lot
sinner.
of sense. Yep.
Which
Going
kind of
to hell.
rules, which makes a lot of sense now. I actually had a long conversation with my father about it. I'm Turkish and Romanian.
Wow.
If anyone
okay.
was
So you're a Dracula.
wondering. I'm like a Dracula Turk person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Turkey.
Yeah, it's actually pretty dope. I'm not upset.
I like it.
All right. Very good. I don't even know legally if I can thank
and
you,
I could
caller.
tattoo
So.
my eyelids. That's a good idea, Andrew.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Now
there's
we're
always
thinking.
that. There's always that. Okay. Again, cannot legally thank the caller, but encourage more of calls, please. Mike Minotti, your turn.
Oh, back to me. How about parentheses positive?
I think I have the solution. It's giant bomb parentheses positive. So you're stuck at TSA, they're going giant bomb shirt, and you go, yeah, parentheses positive. SEO and Googling, parentheses positive. So I need your help. Who do we send to tell the other guys that they have to start using giant bomb parentheses negative? And what's going to be your main argument? Bye-bye.
The other guy.
That's very good.
It's really good.
Are the other guys terrorists?
I believe that's the implication, yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I was on the same page here.
And also,
This is a good idea. I literally have sent 2 emails out in the last couple days that have been subject line giant bomb at the gathering of the juggalos. It's like, God, that's just gonna look bad.
I think we missed our chance too, so we're kind of boned
I should
here.
have put positive. Yeah.
Parentheses positive is honestly the only way to color
solves
the
a lot of our
situation.
Now, let's
Yeah.
not dodge the question. Who are we sending to tell the terrorists that they have to use
Al
parentheses
Qaeda,
negative?
right? All right.
No,
I'll
it's not.
talk
It's
to
not
him.
even
I'll talk. I
parentheses.
got it.
It's not even.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm a
It's
good
not
talker.
even-
I can
You're
do
gonna
it.
meet him at the beard meeting. Yeah.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. It's not even. It's not even parentheses negative. It's like parentheses, like boom.
The designed purpose.
like
yes.
boom. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like.
It's a shoot. It's a shoot bomb, giant bomb. Oh no!
We are
what's
entering
happening?
territory here that is uncharted, boys.
This has been an episode. Yeah, that's saying something.
Somehow,
Seriously,
Menotti.
I was looking at that subject line several times. Like, there's got to be a better way to get this across. I was like, no, I'll just look at giant bomb at the gathering.
Yeah,
I can't believe they haven't gone back to you.
No, yeah, right. Well, if anyone would, but listen, it's weird. Yes, after a while, it's so much in your vernacular, you don't think
Yeah.
twice. But as you have, Dan, I talked to a lot of people in the last 3-4 weeks who don't know what it is, and they're hearing it for the first time, and they're just sort of like, huh.
And there have been a couple times where it's like, if big news with the site, which has happened numerous times now, is happening, and we're like on a trending list, and it just says giant bomb. There's always a million people just being like, "Oh God, it's about some video game website." Thank God.
Thank God. Parentheses. Thank God. All right. Thank you, caller. Grub, it is your turn, dude.
Yeah, let's go with Mr. Cooper.
Hey, what's up, boys? Just wanted to say I had a teacher who was named Mr. Cooper who didn't believe in gravity. And he would take videos on his laptop and jump off of his house and say he wanted to be on the ground. That wasn't gravity's choice. So, did you guys have any teachers growing up that you were like, were crazy, actually? Because he believed this. No joke.
What are you gonna say, Mike?
All right, love you guys.
I would
That's
just
so
be like,
sick.
well, then fly, bitch.
Yeah. Oh
Like, if
my
that's
God.
what you're like, I chose to get back. Okay, then choose not to and fly. If
Yeah,
that's what you're saying you can do, let's see it, Mr. Cooper. Let's go flying around like fucking Superman. As there's no gravity, I want to see that asshole fly.
Like
This is the whole premise of the show, though. Mr. Cooper could hang in the air, hanging with Mr. Cooper. That's how it worked.
I knew they were going to get there somehow.
Uh-huh.
Caller, like, I need more details. Like, what is this, a kindergarten teacher? Because I don't, like, who else is he gonna fool? Like, you know what I mean? Like, his audience has to be.
Depends what state this was.
Yeah, that's true too.
What was
Dan,
your, like-
do you have
what was-
anything? Dan,
Oh yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I had in senior year of high school, it would have been this teacher, Mr. Quinlan, who was like, the class was conspiracy theories in North American history, and it was like pretty fascinating actually. But he was especially on the JFK thing. So like he was so deep in the weeds on it that like Lee Harvey Oswald's widow like lived with him for a while, and like I don't know if it was like a romance or something. But yeah, so like he took us down to Dallas for the like JFK assassination convention every year.
Convention?
Yeah, they have a convention. It's like
Why don't we go into that?
What was it like?
There's a con for the
JFK assassination convention merch.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I have all these pictures from it, like all these guys that wrote these books about, the truth that happened there. We went to Dealey Plaza, and he was showing us the triangulating the bullets and stuff. And he was so deeply...
I was just gonna say, where's that booth? Well, it's back into the left.
So that was his main beat, but it was interesting because like on actual 9/11, it was when I was in his class and stuff, and just seeing a guy who's just literally teaches about conspiracy theories, watching him live process a massive news story like this and just being like, oh, I wonder where he's at with this. Like, I don't know where he went with it or anything, but just like, I wonder if he went in that way, you know?
Well, I had, 9/11 happened when I was a freshman, and when I was a senior, I had a government class. So it's not that much later. It's just U.S. government class, and it was like mostly normal. But then, like, we go in, and the guy made us watch a documentary about 9/11 conspiracy theories, and he had this big preamble. It's like, no, I'm not saying I believe this, but I just think it's interesting, and that you should.
The Ronda Rousey defense.
Yeah, exactly. It was just that. So we just watched, and it was, what you would think is about jet fuel melting steel beams.
Did that loose change one that everyone talked about back then?
I think it was. It probably was just the popular one.
So cooked.
Yeah,
like throw in the towel. Like, it's over. Really? Really?
Well, what do you think, Backlar, that a plane flying into a building could knock it down?
You raise a good point.
When I say it?
You raise a good point. The craziest motherfucker I had, and I guess I lived in a state with like a better education system than maybe most. I don't know. The craziest motherfucker I had was a dude who was like obsessed with Y2K. And he basically one day, this is a social studies. Did I ever tell you guys this story?
I don't think so.
Social studies teacher who basically in late, fall of 1999, he like took over a week of school for like every class of social studies. He was like, look, you read this Newsweek article to us word for word about, and I guess at the time Newsweek published a story that was just like, we're fucked. Planes falling out of the sky, ATMs vomiting money into the street, the entire economic infrastructure of our world collapsing in a moment's notice. The craziest thing he said was like, he's like, viruses kept under computer lock will suddenly be released into the atmosphere. And look, like, I'm like 17 at the time, so I don't trust anyone, right? I'm just like, I know everything. And this guy, I was like, there's no way, this is crazy. And look, at the time, like, Newsweek was like a mostly reputable news source, I guess. It was like decent reporting here. And I just remember being like, this guy has veered off the curriculum and decided to just go down this rabbit hole of like Y2K is going to inevitably destroy the world.
Right.
And that is fun for a kid, I guess.
What did he believe that
what wound up happening?
Yeah.
What's that?
What did he believe the next morning when nothing happened?
He kind of just didn't talk about it.
Weird. Okay. It's like all the people that said the world was going to end in 2012.
But to be fair, we didn't really hold him to it. Like the first school day after, New Year's, we kind of just didn't. We should have held his feet to the fire. We should have been like,
oh yeah,
hey, what happened to that shit? Never mind that, kids.
But those people will always just kick the can down the road, though. It's like, well, it's someone's fault.
Y2K is a little different because people did a lot of work to make sure Y2K wasn't a problem. That's a little different.
Well, yeah, it was less that he thought, I think that he genuinely believed all this was going to happen. I think he was more of like, hamming up the kind of like sensational, like what if sort of
the
thing,
worst
right?
case scenario is planes flying out of the sky and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling out of the sky. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What a time to be alive.
Chat just said, I was worried Y2K was going to delete my Spyro save on New Year's Eve.
Some of us have real problems, like a chatter. Yeah.
Do you guys remember any like tangible Y2K implications? Like, do you remember
planes falling out of the sky?
Well, obviously the mass death and destruction, but I'm talking about aside from that.
I mean, everybody thought this was like all computers were just going to stop working.
Just stop working. People are like, the power's going to go out.
Right. Like there was like somebody in our family who was younger who definitely was getting like really anxious. Like, well, here comes the Mad Max times, right?
Yeah.
Like this, all the technology is going to stop working. It's funny because I was young, but even then I was just like, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. That just seems a little far-fetched.
I remember shit here and there. Like, I remember getting like a lot of like receipts that were, January of 1900. I remember that, but it didn't change anything. I have like a receipt from a gas station that says January 13th, 1900.
Oh, wow.
Dr.
Which is
Ryan says,
kinda
my
fun.
teacher warned us it might wipe out our grades and we might have to redo homework assignments.
That's what a dumb
Was your
teacher.
teacher also a cop? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Sounds like the lamest person ever.
Airbag was worried they were going to lose their AOL screen name.
Of course, yeah.
What's funny is like all things considered, I would love a Y2K now as opposed to the fucking.
Oh, yeah. Y2K was
If
quaint.
you could press a button, a big red button that just shut down every computer right now, would you do it?
No.
Okay,
No,
we would
don't
love it.
mean-
It would destroy the world.
I know.
What do you
That's why I
mean?
was surprised that you were all pro that.
No,
No,
I'm
we're,
saying-
we're pro that being our biggest worry.
Yes.
Imagining this scenario that's not going to
I
happen.
yearn for the nostalgia of that paranoia.
I just want to
see.
worry about Y2K and be mad at George Lucas. I just want
Yeah.
those
Sure,
two
it's
things.
that old onion thing. Shattered Nation yearns to care about stupid bullshit again.
Exactly.
Right.
After
Yes.
9/11. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I
Y2K,
miss.
parentheses positive. Thank you, Firecore.
Y2K parentheses.
Giant
Pretty
bomb
sick.
who's
job.
gonna tell the other? I'm still thinking about who's
Yeah.
gonna tell the other guy.
Refer to them as the other guys.
The
Funniest voicemail
guys.
ever, guys. I'm sorry. The bar's been raised.
the dark side of that equation, right? Like who's
Bizarro
gonna-
giant bomb.
The
Yeah, that's
Siths.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, the Siths of Giant Bomb, right?
Bizarro giant bomb. Osama bin Laden.
There is maybe there's another world where they called Oppenheimer giant bomb. We'd have a big problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that'd actually be
TNTM.
sick. But here's the thing too: no one ever uses giant bomb. Everyone understands the phrase and like what it describes, but like no one would really no one describes bombs as giant.
They do just say bombs.
Yeah, they're
Oklahoma
like
City.
massive, a massive explosion.
They never said they said car bomb, right?
Yeah,
That's a car
That's
bomb.
true. Yeah,
You know, it's never
yeah.
like, yeah, he had a giant bomb. Like no one ever
Yeah,
does
it's
that.
true.
Yeah,
it's a
that's just
scary
like-
sounding phrase, though.
It makes
It
me think
is.
of Boris and Natasha more so.
Yes,
than
that
Terry.
is some Rocky and
or
Bullwinkle.
Batman 66 or whatever it
Yes,
was.
where
Yes,
Adam West is
yes.
carrying a fucking bomb on
carrying
the dock.
our logo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Those are the bombs I want to hang out with. All right, very good. Dan, it is
Yes.
your turn.
Let's go for it.
Hey, yo. This is for Dan. I just kind of want to let you know I got a vasectomy about a year ago.
Performed himself.
I was on the table, didn't feel a thing. The doctors asked me about who would win versus Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And I was playing Balacro the whole time. Got my first gold stake win. So, yeah, go for it. And you can still retain all your balls. Love you. Bye.
It's a state by state thing, I think. I don't really
What,
know
the ball
Minnesota-
retaining?
Yeah, well, I don't know if Minnesota's a keep the ball state or a throw them
Sure.
away. Yeah.
That is weird that they let the state decide that. But
Rhode
hey,
Island
you
takes
know.
the whole wiener.
Yeah. You know what they say? Like, look,
It's just a funny sentence.
you want a vasectomy, you get the fuck out of Rhode Island. They overreach. They overreach.
They're compensating for the whole state size thing. Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get
The
it.
Family
Yeah.
Guy issues now.
Yeah, the Family Guy
Yeah.
problem conundrum.
Yeah, that's what we're associated with. Oh no.
That's how I could be this generation's Tom Green. I'll make content out of getting a vasectomy.
all right.
he,
Yeah.
he had not.
It was
No,
a cancer
he had.
thing. I know. He had
He didn't
actual,
have a
cancer
vasectomy
surgery.
as a result
I know,
of
he had ball
cancer.
surgery because he had cancer.
Yeah, that's not the
I
same
know, but I
thing.
mean, I'm saying broadcasting a testicular operation.
Oh,
Yeah, by that.
got it. Okay,
Yes. I've already had one. I don't want to have another.
you did.
I had the ball surgery thing.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry
yeah.
to-
Spruce them up. I can't remember what the details are. You don't have to go into it.
Bilateral spruced them up.
Sorry.
Edward Scissorhands thing down there. Yeah. No,
It was
bilateral
cosmetic.
varicocectomy. They said it was like a spider's web of veins.
Right,
like
that's
too many
right.
veins in my balls.
Again, no,
And then
no,
cut
no,
my
no.
balls open and
Yeah,
take out a
cool.
bunch of veins.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
My balls
yeah,
hurt
Tom
too much.
Green, a true testicular pioneer, right?
He was
vascular,
He's
brother.
positive. Yeah.
You know, and he was doing the show out of his house live stream thing, like that predated Twitch, right? In a really big
Oh
way.
yeah, long before. Yeah.
That shit,
Post MTV, post movie stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that shit's awesome.
We probably bring up Tom Green more than any other video game website.
Yeah.
You think,
No,
right?
dude,
Probably.
he, I feel like he has his like, you know,
Redemption?
sort of in what's up?
His redemption. I'm trying to see.
No,
what
not
you're getting
redemption. I don't think he
You think he has
needed
an audience
redemption.
though? Because he doesn't. No way.
No,
he's
I
got
think
like an
he does.
Amazon
I think he
show.
tours. Yeah, he tours.
He's got a following still.
Yeah, he
he's a
tours.
pretty
He,
respected, like
he's
I don't
got
know.
his roots.
He had a huge
deep.
influence.
Yeah, he's a very
The bum is
influential
on a
guy.
cheese guy.
Yes, my bum is
Oh.
on the Swedish.
Yeah.
You,
The
dude.
Swedish.
No, I mean,
showed-
it wasn't quite like Jackass levels, but like just a little pre-Jackass. He
Right.
was kind of this cultural moment, and
Yes.
like he did some pretty clever stuff. Like
100%.
I'm pro Tom Green. Yeah,
You show 100%. Are you kidding? And he's Canadian, which makes him even better. And like you show anybody, Daddy, would you like some sausage? Like just that scene in Freddy Got Fingered. I defy anyone to just watch it and just not snicker at it because
I
you're
watched
just
that
like,
movie a couple years ago again, and it is a wild, fascinating movie. I'm not going to say it's a
Fucking-
good movie.
No,
necessarily.
no, it's not.
It's fascinating that it exists, though.
It's very weird. It's
Yeah.
incredible it got made. Really.
Yes. No, I'm pro Tom Green.
Yes. So we have now set forth a chain of events where Mr. Green shows up on the dump truck. I think.
I was
Smart
booked
Tom
to be
Blue
on his
guy.
MTV show in 2003, and it got canceled before. I
Oh,
was
just
supposed to be on
remind
it.
him about that. And then
Yeah.
we'll,
Sure he
you know,
He
remembers.
owes
Yeah.
you.
Jeff, what did you say about me?
I said you're more of a Tom Blue guy. I was kind of hoping it would just get faded away and no
I
one would
thought
have
that's
heard.
what you said. That's good
So,
try.
thanks for calling attention to it. I appreciate it.
Good try, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you guys have to figure that out yourselves, okay? Like, it's like not our problem or something. I don't know.
I was so happy when it got stepped on. I'm like, oh, thank God I said it. I shouldn't have.
No, I was like, was there more to that joke? Or did he just say Tom Blue because that's a different color?
People are bringing
that's
up Undercutter's Pizza, and I do remember that being hilarious. But I'm getting that mixed up with the Nathan for You, where he delivered the tiny free pizza. What was the Undercutter's Pizza gimmick? He was like trying to. Oh, he would show up when somebody ordered like a Pizza Hut, and he would like
Get there before
earlier
them,
and
yeah.
give it to him for cheaper, and was like almost getting his ass kicked by delivery guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that being
What
pretty
was
good.
what was his buddy's name? Dave?
Oh, Glenn Humphrey.
Glenn.
Yep,
Right.
yep. And then you had the guy that just laughed in the window behind him.
Fucking A, man.
I
Tom
wish you
Green.
had one of those.
It was good.
Hell yeah. All right, it's my turn. So I'm gonna choose Anoint.
Hey, Dumpers. Scott from Cincinnati here. Just wanted to say congratulations on going independent.
Thanks.
I'm now supporting y'all, and I'm heading back to the hospital to make sure my wife is doing a little bit better today after surgery. Wish us the best, and if you were Mike, what restaurant other than Rainforest Cafe would you anoint? Thanks, Dumpers. Love you.
That was all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, hope you're-
Wishing you and your wife the best.
Yes, and take care of her before us,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Does anoint have another word or
Is
another
that,
meaning?
are we talking about jerking off?
What do you think
Yeah,
he's
'cause-
talking about?
Well, anointing, I always just
people
took
do-
as like you're anointing someone the Pope or
And also,
something, you know?
people do a lot of other things in Rainforest Cafes, Mike. All right?
It's not just a
obviously,
jerk off.
one's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
one's
think
not
they
going to lead to the other.
Yeah, I don't think they mean the coin press machine. I gotta be honest.
That sounds like anointing something, though.
Yeah, it's
Wait, is
it's,
anoint a thing that you can use to talk about whacking off?
not
It is
really
now on this show.
I guess anoint parentheses masturbation.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay. So, Olive Garden? I don't know.
You jerk off in an Olive Garden?
Is the
Yeah, I'm
question what
depraved.
restaurant would you want to whack off in?
That's the question. If you're Mike, I already am, so I'm excluded. I don't have to answer. This is for you three.
That's a technicality, but he's right. He's got us.
Which one would I want to whack
How about
off
this?
in?
I refuse to answer because
Dave
I'm
and
not
Buster's.
Fuddruckers.
That's good. Okay, that's two good answers. Dan.
Okay, Dan, your turn. Don't say something obvious.
Oh, this is good.
Hooters,
Wait,
yeah. No.
Cracker Barrel. I hardly even know her barrel. There you go.
Okay.
Boy, I don't know. When I'm at a restaurant, I'm not horny.
You know what, Dan? I'm gonna have to put my foot down. You have to answer this. You orchestrated this whole thing that I am now associated
True.
with this. There's no way you're gonna be like, but I wouldn't actually
Orchestrated?
jerk
I
off in a
didn't-
restaurant. Of
I
course
didn't put
not.
the words. I didn't put the words in your mouth. I
true.
didn't whack
No.
off in that Rainforest Cafe.
Neither did Mike, to be clear, and also answer the question.
If I had to whack off in a restaurant,
You have to. Gun to your head. Or you get $1 million if you do.
I'm sorry. I'm going
well,
back
then
to
you would
Olive
go
Garden
anywhere.
because I like the idea of like say when.
Man,
All right,
fuck this
that's good,
podcast.
everybody.
I
Fuck
can't
this
follow
podcast.
that. I can't
Let's,
follow
this
that.
podcast.
I can't follow that.
Let's wrap it up.
You're gonna try.
He's
You're gonna fall on your
McDonald's,
face.
whatever, McDonald's.
you.
Look, I
Great.
mean, Grub had the better
Cool.
joke.
Great. I have to get Jan. I'm sorry. Can you go 5 more minutes? We gotta honor the chat. We gotta honor the chat.
No, that was a joke.
Okay, cool. Where would you jerk? Never mind. Okay, YouTube chat. They chose Switch 2.
Welcome back to the show, Mike.
Hey, so everybody keeps talking about the Switch 2, but no
Yeah.
one ever mentions it's a Switch to what? Okay, thanks.
Sub to Dom.
Okay. That's how it works. He's just right. That's how it works. So, okay, cool.
I don't understand.
That's how you say your Switch. That's what a Switch is. Someone who can go from top to bottom, bottom to top. You can just do anything.
Oh, sub to Dom. Jeez,
Yes.
you really threw that under the radar there, Mikey.
He just like subtly underhanded that one. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was meek and
Okay,
mellow when I
man.
threw it out
I
there.
guess you get points for that. I don't. Fuck. Wow.
I
Okay.
could be funny too.
You guys are making it hard to follow you.
Yeah. Right. Dan, am I on your side now? What's happening?
I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Stop derailing the podcast, Mike Minotti.
Yeah,
Backler, we're the normies here.
Yeah. Never thought I'd
Turn
see
your
the
back
day.
again. Get out of here.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'll tell you what. I gave my dog a bath yesterday. She was not smelling good, right? So it sucks with dogs because they smell bad. So you give them a bath, and then they just smell like gasoline for like a day and a half because that's what wet dogs smell like.
Gasoline? No, I don't get
Yes.
that smell from a wet dog.
I think it's a gasoline adjacent smell.
No.
And I'm not saying it's a penny problem.
It's kind of moldy almost.
It's like a chemical reaction smell.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
just like a
that.
swamp. It's just like
it's just bad.
It is one of the reasons I just could not have a dog. Wet dog is.
It was raining here yesterday.
You're allowed to
and-
dry them, and then they don't smell so bad. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but the hint is still there for me. I'm
there.
I'm bad. I'm a bad.
It only lasts a couple hours. You're fine.
Gizmo was sitting on my lap after coming in from the rain for like an hour the other day, and then just like for the rest of the movie, it's like, I just feel like wet dog. It's gross.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike was like, Mike's weirder because he thinks wet dogs smell bad. Okay.
Well, the
everybody.
gasoline thing I've never heard before. That
smells
is
like-
strange.
I don't know. I thought it was a little gasoline
Look,
adjacent.
look. You don't have to think about it too hard. It's just proof that there's no God. Because if there was, he wouldn't let dogs smell like gasoline when they're wet. That's
I agree.
insane.
That's
true. Right?
I don't know how,
Thank
like, I've had a cat for a few weeks now. The cat always smells like it just came out of a dryer. It's just
Yeah,
like.
because cats are clean animals. They clean themselves. Yes.
And he's just poofy and just like not gross. And like
They're like
the dogs.
extremely hygienic. It's crazy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and they smell good, feel soft. Like
They're
just-
afraid of their own poop. Does he run out of the litter box when he poops, like across the house or
I've
whatever?
never witnessed it. We'll just find turds and be like, oh, I guess he's going to the bathroom. All right.
Okay, yeah.
Fine
Secretive
turds. Oh, that's my favorite game. All right. Finally, Twitch chat had their say at the final voicemail of the day. We came this close to a dump royale. It was really, really, really close.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Dimension 20.
Please try to do a collaboration with Dimension 20 and Dropout and play some Dungeons and Dragons with Brennan Lee Mulligan. I need the 5 of you, and if you can, get Austin Walker because he usually runs games, and I'd love to see him play a game. Please talk to the people at Dimension 20. I know you know a bunch of people from there, and you can make this happen. Dan and Brennan Lee Mulligan on screen at the same time would be perfect.
I would
love
never subject
you.
him to that.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
We're letting Dan sit this one out.
Yeah, my understanding is that it's been tried before Dan D&D, and it did not go out. It wasn't funny. You had a very
Austin
hard
Walker,
time.
Like you
with
could
the-
not have a better Sherpa, and he couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no, the Austin one was fine. The Rory one's the one people get mad at me about. I searched for Dimension 20, and I recognize this because like Kofi and
Yeah.
Woods and Bailey, and like they were on this thing recently. And I remember just watching the clip and having no idea what the fuck was going on.
My understanding
playing
is
a
that
game.
But
you
they were
could
like,
not-
I couldn't tell if they were acting or if they were like,
right.
Like
He can't
what-
role play everybody. He can't do metagaming. He cannot comprehend the idea that he himself, as a person, knows something that his character in the video game doesn't know and
Or
act
in
appropriately.
the role playing game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would
really
try.
like Brennan.
Who is Brennan? Brennan.
I know that you
Mulligan.
would try, but like I know how it would go and it'd go poorly, and I don't want any part of it.
I do not want to upset Brandon Lee Mulligan.
And I don't want to ruin anyone else's good time. You know,
Sure,
because
yeah.
like I don't want to be in there and be a stick in the mud.
They I still think a lot about how upset you were about there being dice in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, well, I don't understand how sometimes there's like a board too. You know, like because
what?
I've done it a couple times, and I did it once with Rory, and it was like we're just kind of rolling dice and playing pretend, and then like we did it once with Austin, but then like sometimes I'll see clips and there's like a board, like it's like a Warhammer thing, or
because some dungeon masters like to have a board to visualize everyone's positioning because there's rules in it. So it's like you can move, like every turn you can run like 6 feet. I don't know the exact rules, D&D nerds, I'm sorry. And so like every turn you can move this far. So they like to be able to visualize it because they can't keep it all in their head, which of course that's hard.
But everything's just made up. So it's like, why does anything matter?
Yeah. What could be like?
What
I don't
are you
know.
talking about? Every game is made up.
Everything.
So
Wrestling's made up.
But
Everything's made up.
Okay, if I'm halfway through Crash Bandicoot, Naughty Dog can't be like now it's this totally different game, or now you're a wizard.
Because they
or-
make those decisions dungeon master wouldn't do that either. Like they simply wouldn't.
They can, which just means like chaos.
Okay, so this is where I think this is where he goes heel, like full heel with the audience, because your inability.
I think it comes from a place of him being like, well, I would fuck with everybody. I would change it up. And like, you
what
can't
would
imagine
stop someone from being like, nuke just hit and you all died?
Yeah, what would stop somebody from being like, what would stop somebody from actually being like, a Snake isn't the hero of Metal Gear Solid 2? Yeah, this never happens in video games. A curveball.
Just to boil it down,
the DM is the director in a lot of ways. Like
to boil it down, what is the point? What is the end goal? I don't mean what is the point like in a derogatory way. I mean like what are we like? If I'm playing Monopoly, I'm trying to put everyone out of business. If I'm playing
and in real life, but
if I'm playing Sorry, I'm trying to whatever. If I Trivial Pursuit, getting the most points or whatever.
Yeah, I know where this is
what
going.
Are you trying to do?
It depends on the game. It depends on the dungeon master. Usually there's some kind of big bad you have to beat by the end of the game, or some treasure you have to collect. It depends on the scenario.
And it's
cooperative. It decides on like some guy that's running the things like you got it or you didn't, or if you roll a 7, you get it. Like
the guy, the guy is just keeping track of things using the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. Right. It's just not. It's not that much different than a video game, except for the person is keeping track instead of a computer. And I know that's a difficult concept just for you, apparently, but everyone else seems to get it.
Yeah, it's
I
just
bet my
like
dad would struggle with this.
No,
okay, I agree. Okay, yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Well, what does that do? What does that? How does that change the conversation?
You want to be saying?
No, it's not. I don't think I get it.
Really? No shit.
You don't get like collaborative like role playing and like creating a you never did any of the Austin, you didn't do the Fiasco stuff with us?
I did like one of them, and
him doing it does not mean that he's going to retain it.
I didn't really understand what the point was.
We were telling a fun story together. That is the enjoyment. The enjoyment is the story and the community.
It's a weird format. Like, write a book. Like, why are you like?
But because you get to do it together, and there are
different
rules.
Yeah,
why don't you just watch movies instead of playing video games?
Yeah.
Two different things.
Yeah, you're just it's forget it. Man, I was almost about to say it was a good podcast, but that would be a lie, wouldn't it?
No.
And I'm not interested in lying.
That's good for me.
I want to understand it. People seem to enjoy it, and I see those clips. I'm like, it seems like they're having a good time. I wish I understood it.
You understand like collaborative storytelling?
Not really.
Well, I'm sorry that you could not.
In a non-D&D way, what's an example of that?
Of like improv.
I've never I appreciate good improv comedians but I'm just like I could never ever begin to fathom how to do this.
Man,
no, that's fine. You're allowed to feel that way.
You've just like taken the controls of the plane and just
You're asking me questions, I'm answering them. Like, I've been to Second City. I've seen the Groundlings and stuff in UCB. Like, improv comedy is it's like magic what they're doing.
Don't you understand, like, wrestling is so much of the things we are talking about?
Yeah, wrestling's everything. Like, I get that.
Yeah,
no, I mean
kind
that
of
in the way
everything,
that,
too.
like politics is wrestling. Like, everything, marketing is wrestling, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't understand the D&D connection.
I think you don't realize you are improving.
It's a lot of people playing pretend to tell a story.
Yep. And they have rules and stuff that they have to abide by that they sometimes get thrown out, sometimes don't. There's a dungeon master named Vince McMahon.
It just seems like chaos.
Yeah. Well, no, a DM controls the chaos.
Yeah, I mean, if you're worried that like maybe the dungeon master will do a bad job, sure. Just like how sometimes game directors do a bad job or the wrestlers do a bad job. I guess that could happen.
The DM is governing, right? Like
to what end? What is the DM trying to get out of this?
They're trying to make sure that people have a fun time playing.
Yes,
honestly,
they're the
It's a kind
tour.
of a
They're the
selfless
tour
act
manager.
almost.
Yeah. Look, this is okay. This is only chapter 1 on your like yet another expansion of your horizons.
No,
kind
but
of
we don't
story.
need to. I do not believe that we can expand this particular horizon, and I'm not interested in trying.
Hey, that's fair too. You know what?
Yeah, good.
Well, Grub, like you said, I got enough hobbies.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
I don't need to be getting another one.
I don't need another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for what it's worth, let's declaratively say right now
that we should keep D&D bullshit out of video games. I agree. No
Yeah,
more
video
dice.
games will get real far with that rule. If we
For
turn
Dan.
back the clock,
No.
Get them out of video games.
You know what some of the first video games were, Dan? Some of the very
Pong?
first.
I
Yeah,
think
before Pong,
D&D?
actually. Even before Pong. Even before Pong, it was just people adapting Dungeons and Dragons into text-based adventure games.
yes.
I don't
And
like
I
those.
think it's fun for Dan to have like the blinders on permanently. Like we're gonna tattoo these.
I would prefer to understand it and have fun with it.
All right,
I would
so just-
prefer that.
So then just allow yourself to be open to the experience as we move forward here.
I would
Great.
do it.
Well, I'm happy if we leave it there. I'm happy if we leave it there then. I don't know how.
It's like a booker. They're like a wrestling book. Never mind. I said I wouldn't try.
Yeah,
How are you going to draw money with the?
Yeah, you try.
Yeah, how did D&D ever make any money?
Yeah.
How anyone ever cares?
Yeah, it's true.
That,
Well,
I
just-
actually do have questions about how it's a company and how things can just use their
Oh, buddy.
gimmicks and
They
like
sell
not pay
buddy.
them and stuff. And
There's a lot apparently you need to understand about companies. Let me tell you. Okay, it's not just Wizards of the Coast. Okay,
They actually make a lot of money off of people like Brandon Lee Mulligan running the shows. They license that.
They
to
license
them.
it. It's
just
all
the
licensing.
idea of pretend they have a
They
copyright on
own
that.
the rules. It's their like property.
Then
Yeah,
why
it's-
couldn't they say, "Oh, 5 is good" instead of 4, and now it's our own rules?
No, you know what? I don't care anymore. We got to move on.
Good job. No, I'm with Scrub. I'm with
We
Scrub.
shouldn't. We abort.
What's to stop me from
Ezo.
just punching you in the dick next time I see you?
We're gonna hold you to that, Minotti. We're gonna hold you to that. There's no HR yet, so we can. It's a free for all. It's a free for all here. Hey, it is a good podcast. I've changed my mind. It is a good podcast. 707 Exit Flu is our voicemail phone number. Leave a call. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new show. We'll see you out in LA for Summer Game Fest. That is rapidly approaching. Until then, thank you all the chats. Thank you everyone who calls in. It means a lot. Go to giantbomb.com/join and support our endeavor. And we're going to have a great time in these next couple of weeks. Thanks again for all the support and love. It means the world to us. We will see you next time. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Grub. And thank you all. Until then, bye-bye.